Okay, welcome back everyone. We're looking at NASDAQ here. See relative equal lows here and bunch of kind of consolidation, sideways consolidation here. So this is my drawn liquidity. I believe we should seek lower prices. We are in a premium from the current range, as you can see. We do have this imbalance right here, so we are right now inside of it, and we took out this swing high here. Right now it's 10:23, so about an hour since equity is open. Again, everything is always done in real time. Alright, so looking to short. On the 1 minute time frame. We compare this to S&P also. You see that this swing high actually wasn't broken by S&P. So this candle here, 10:15, broke this swing high. This failed, and it's only now approaching to it. I think we'll tap into that. I think we'll tap into this high, and once we do, I'll be interested in shorts on NASDAQ. So there's a little bit of delay in both indices, as you can see, like delay on S&P in this high. By the screen, I'm looking at S&P. So even though my drawn liquidity is here, I don't need price to go all the way down here to be profitable, right? As a scalper, like most of my trades are 2.5 R, maybe 3. So if I find a good setup, I don't need price to go all the way down here to capitalize on. Let's see. S&P came pretty close on this candle here, but not quite yet. So again, I'm just waiting. As long as S&P is willing to break this high, I'll short NASDAQ. Because NASDAQ has already broken this high here, the same high. And as you can see here, this imbalance right now, basically what it did was this is your kind of support resistance. So use this imbalance, allow price action here, right? So let's wait a few more minutes. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. You know that we might not actually, I'm looking at price section, we might not break this high. Let's see, I just need maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. And it's honestly, this is a little bit hard to explain. This is just by looking at these candles, what they're doing here based on my experience. Like the patterns, how they behave. Okay, no, we are, okay, we did that. Okay, good. So this is where, okay, we just broke the high, so I'm just going to sell. I'm going to sell right here. And you might wonder why, I'm basically not waiting for any other confirmations. And again, this is something that comes from experience, I believe. So this will be the stop, 20, a little bit above this high, so 21 points. I believe that because NASDAQ is already in such a large premium, and based on my understanding of price action, now it's time to seek lower prices. And as you can see here, even if I just go below this one low, this will be already a 3R. So if I hold here, this will be a large trade, which, I'm not going to, of course. But, okay, let's say, yeah, I like this swing low because this swing low started this run up here. So if we just target this, this will be almost a 3R. Let's make it 3R. Yep. So right here. So as you can see, S&P did break this high. Okay. I was concerned. I was looking at these two candles, how they were moving. I was concerned maybe we will leave it intact, but again, I wanted to see a few more minutes of price action. So we did eventually break it. That's okay. Now, see how it looks on the 15-minute chart. Like compare this price action with S&P. S&P is clearly did not retrace as high. And also we had SMT on the previous lows from the previous day, so we had this retracement higher. Well, NASDAQ made the lower low, slightly low, right? So for the PM session, this was a nice buying opportunity. And now, I believe this trade is not going to take a long time because all this was really, so right now it's 10:30, right? So 1 hour since equities opened. So we had, what was it? I think was it this candle. So 9:30 is when this equities opened. This was the candle. So we had a Judas swing, went higher, price of trade lower. So all of this to me is a Judas swing, 1 hour Judas to induce buyers, induce people to buy. But the real high time frame bias is bearish. Well, at this point, again, we don't even really need the 1 hour chart. You can kind of see that we have relatively close here. A lot of consolidation here. So obviously first price will have to tap this. But all I need from this whole move is just price to go below these lows and I'll get my 3R. Let me remove this also. So I think on a day like this, it's not the easiest price action actually, but also if you look at there's no high impact. Let me see. I think there's no high impact news today, really. That's why you see, what you see here. Well, not for the dollar at least. So it's 8:30 for CAD. I'm looking for my phone. Yeah, there's no high impact news for the dollar. We do have some kind of FMC members peak, but that's at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. That doesn't really mean anything. And yeah, I'm just managing as always my the trade on my phone. Not always, it's really, it might seem easy, but it's really not to record the trade, comment on it, and also do executions. I literally have my phone in my left hand and execute. And for all these types of trades that you've seen me in the live commentary trades, right? The ones that I do recordings, all of them are made on my personal accounts. I don't want to risk when I trade my funded accounts. I'm fully focused, no distractions, and I don't want to be distracted by recording the trade, narrating it on a funded account, because obviously I want to be very focused and make sure that I don't make some kind of mistakes. And that's why I don't have my funded accounts on my phone. I only have them on my computer. That's how I manage them. But on my phone, I have my personal accounts, which I'm comfortable with, trading. If you look at S&P also, yeah, we went above this high and started retracing. And you might also wonder why, okay, why out of all these highs, why kind of, this high? And eventually you can see, obviously, like, NASDAQ literally took out these highs too. But to me, this was the only significant swing high. And S&P, if we compare S&P, this was the only significant swing high, starting from, again, it formed at 7:05, so starting from 7 o'clock, which is kind of the beginning of the New York session. And to me, this was enough. Just comparing the price action of how S&P failed to go much higher than NASDAQ, because if we compare this fractal like 6 a.m. See, they all look similar. I always mix this up. So if we look at the current range, right, from this swing high, S&P retraced basically, a little bit less than 79%, while NASDAQ had a much deeper retracement, almost 100%, right? Almost like 100%. But this is what observing price on the 1-minute chart over the years, this is what gives me confidence to enter this trade, right? I explained my logic. This was the important, like, it's easier to see on the S&P. This was the only important swing high starting from the New York session. So I wanted to see, I saw how it was already traded with this candle here at 10:15 on NASDAQ, but it failed to do so. It failed even to break this high here on 10. At the same time, so I was waiting for price to just hit that, and I got a little bit, wasn't so sure with this price action, this candles here, but again, like I said, waited a few minutes, it did break, so okay, once it broke, I just sold short. If it is confusing for some of you, that's okay. If you're new, if you're new to trading ICT style, that's totally fine. again, this is something that just comes from experience and observing how price behaves. And that's why I like being a scalper, because you see so many subtle price action movements, so many setups on the 1 minute chart. Right? Obviously everything repeats on any time frame also, but because you can be on lower time frames, you observe them happening more often, and that's how you train your brain more often too. You see those things happening more often, and in your subconscious mind, it eventually, it just ingrains in your brain those price action patterns, the things that repeat in the markets over and over again, and eventually builds confidence. It's really, there's no other way around it. You can study from someone, have the holy grail. There is no holy grail really in trading, but you need to have experience. How to filter good setups against bad ones. And let me just comment here also. So we are basically in this candle is your accumulation candle before the last top higher. Right, so we are retracing inside of this. We do have an imbalance also here, right? So you can see nothing is, there's no imbalances in these candles, but we have your accumulation and imbalance here. So now I would anticipate to see, price going lower. And so while you do see that this imbalance slightly below the 50%, right? Ideally, you would want to shorten the premium, but because from this fractal, because we have this accumulation here, and this imbalance is inside this accumulation, this is what matters the most to me. Not always price will give you a short in in a premium. I mean, this is where I'm comfortable shorting. So I like this. I like how the body is so a little wick here, like literally a few seconds, not even like 1 second wick, but look at the bodies, how the bodies close inside here. Alright, this is good. So where are we in 343R? Yeah. So we've been in this trade so far for about 12 minutes. Okay. And why this here? We shorted basically on this candle right here, right? 28. Yeah, this is the candle where which went short on. Alright, this is looking good. Nice, nice, nice. Very good. See? This is why if you were anticipating price, see, this is, again, I keep mixing the fibs up. Swing low, swing high. This wick happened like so quick, like literally a second. It would be almost impossible to catch this, right? 1 second, and you see that the body's closed here. So, oh, actually, wait, I take my words back. So I guess this imbalance was slightly above the 50%. Okay. Huh. See, it's hard to manage trades, like narrate this and manage trades on the phone, like because I think I guess my fibs were not on this swing low because my I think the 50% was a bit somewhere here, right? Anyways, now you can see that yeah, this imbalance did in fact, the upper portion of it did in fact go above 50%. But I don't really use fibs. I'm just showing this for you to so you can guys see, right, and learn. Again, the biggest price action confirmation to me was that the price retraced back inside this accumulation before the last run up here, and we had an imbalance inside of it. And you can see the beautiful reaction, how the body is literally closed inside an imbalance and started trading lower, right? So I like this. So at this point, my stop loss should be at break even. Yeah, we are at one. I'm putting my stop at break even, so it's a risk-free trade. And by break even, again, I always mean like slightly in profit. So if it does come back and take me out, you know, the commission will be covered. And let's see. Again, I don't usually put my take profits. I always close manually, but for stop loss, obviously it's there. But take profits, I always just close manually. But this is good. At this point, we are basically at 2R. This is good. Why is it? Okay, never mind. So just below this low is where I'm going to take my take profit. And if you look at S&P, kind of is doing the same thing. Look, it also accumulation, imbalance, right there. Imbalance with accumulation. There were no imbalances above that, so this is where the price stopped. Very nice, very, very nice reaction. So again, this is also these two down close candles are accumulation, right? So the one that we've seen some retracement here. And that's okay. Have another imbalance here. And a tiny, tiny imbalance right here. And I think this is good enough. Let's see. So this is basically how I talk to myself when I look at price, what it's doing. That's how I interpret price. I'm just fully focused trading, right? I'm willing to adapt to the current price changes. And sometimes if I feel like I have a certain target and price is not going to reach for it, I'm going to adjust and close early, or just or at the very least move my stop to break even and let it ride. But most of the times I would maybe close early if it doesn't hit my target. But this price action looks good to me. And again, where I like the 1 minute charts because so much is happening. You can see so many things going on that you train your brain faster as opposed to if you, let's say, we're just trading on a 15-minute chart, right? Those setups obviously also happen, but not as often. So in your development, and even if you don't want to be a scalper, if you cannot be on the 1 minute charts, if you don't want to be trading those, I think it's very, very beneficial to trade on the maybe 5 minute charts at the least, but 1 minute chart is great to learn because you'll just learn at a much faster rate. That's at least just my opinion. And then everything you learned on the 1 minute chart, you apply to, high time frames because time and price are fractal. Okay, this is looking good so far. S&P is pretty much following right now. So now I need price to break this low, of course, and then just go for the next swing low. Okay, good. Good. We broke this swing low. And was it? I saw this was a 3R trade. Did I move something here? I don't remember. I saw this was a 3R to this level. It shows me 2.5. Well, regardless, you can see the execution. This is a good example to learn from. You see how price reacts. And again, maybe my entry was a little bit advanced because I literally just shorted after seeing S&P break that high. So that is a little bit more advanced. But what stops you from, let's say, what stops you from taking a trade here, let's say, right? You see accumulation, again, imbalance like I explained. This is also your swing low, break of structure. So technically this entry here would be an ICT entry, right? ICT YouTube model entry. So you can really look at it however you want. I'm just showing you, how I interpret price action based on my knowledge, my experience, the things I've learned over the years, both from ICT and from my own personal observations, my own discoveries. I didn't realize this video is already almost half an hour long. So this is, I noticed also, I guess a lot of people don't watch these long videos entirely, and then, they end up missing the point, or missing the entire logic of it. But those who do watch entirely, first of all, of course, I appreciate it, and secondly, you get the benefit of understanding completely my thought process instead of just watching a few minutes, seeing what the price did without really understanding why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? All right, perfect. I just close the trade on my phone. Let's see. So this was 60. So I got like 63, 64, 64 points. Not bad at all, right? Not bad at all. This was a good trade. Hopefully you learned something today. Again, don't want to make this video any longer than it has to be. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.